Morgan Wallen was the musical guest for Saturday Night Live this past weekend, but apparently he did not enjoy his time in the Big Apple. Immediately after host Mikey Madison thanked him for coming on the show, Wallen posted this photo of his plane with his Instagram story, writing, "Get me to God's country." Now, I don't blame Morgan, right? Tennessee is a great place to go. But on X, I asked you, what would you add, who would you add to make SNL watchable again? So here are some of the best responses. So we have Fred to start things off. He said, Mr. Bill's return could unleash some savage nostalgia on SNL. I tossed Bill Hader for his wild absurdity, or Tim Robinson for his savage, off-the-rails energy. And using the word savage in there twice is definitely going to get you on the show, Fred.
Yeah, I can see you're biased. You're biased
to the savages.
Mm-hmm, to the savages.
Yeah, it's not the ninja swords problem. It's the ninjas. It's the savages. Yeah, so I'm with that.
I mean, good suggestion, right? Pump up the energy. Sure.
Bert Kreischer, or Theo Vaughn, is next. This is Hoosier, by the way. He said, but let them be them, not conform. Mm-hmm. And that is a very important thing, that every time, you can come on here. You just can't be yourself. Whatever you do, don't do the thing that America loves you for. We need to stop that, and we need to put you into this mold that we think is going to work a little bit better.
Yeah, and sadly, that's the real trick, isn't it? They're not going to let you be yourself, and so they're probably not going to let those people on. But imagine it opens up the mind to what could be possible if you had people who are just truly free to do comedy on that show. There's amazing people throughout that don't conform, and Theo, this would be amazing. Yeah, let's do it.
Jim is going to round it out for us today here with the submissions for how do we actually make SNL better. So he says Dave Landau would be amazing, funniest guy alive. He'd offend all the right people. I will say, walking through this building, Dave Landau is definitely one of my favorite people to see. I'm not even saying that because we're talking about him, but he just is. Every time you see him, he's just happy. He's funny. He is genuinely hilarious. I follow him on Instagram. Everybody should do so. But he has a ton of good qualities because he's not only good with the written jokes, he's also very good with the improv, and he'll just throw things out there, and he has the best of all the comedic worlds.
I know Greg Gutfeld is hugely successful, but to me, Landau could be something along those lines, but better, and already is in many ways. No offense to Greg Gutfeld. Actually, plenty of offense. Whatever. If he takes it, it's fine. Dave Landau is really, really good, and that would be amazing. These are the kinds of people that should be on Saturday Night Live, and there should be no. Imagine if you just lived in a free world. That's what this segment makes me realize. Of course, they should just have people who are actually funny, represent the entire spectrum on there, and it would be great. It would be hilarious, and they'd be more successful. But I don't think that Saturday Night Live actually exists in order to do comedy.
One of the funnier things that we've done on the show in the last week or so was Jason Stanley. He was the Yale professor. You might remember, he's very important.
Yes.
Very important man. Doesn't want to be in the country anymore. Donald Trump is terrible. So he's taking his family to Canada. Well, guess what, you guys? We have a follow-up for you. So let's go ahead and watch his latest here.
I will continue to throw punches against fascism and bullies from Canada. Don't worry. I have 2 Black and Jewish kids. I think my kids actually are more important to me than anything else. So they're using my religion to go after academic freedom, crushing universities supposedly in the name of protecting my people, American Jews. My kids are Jewish. My kids are Black. They're attacking their history. And I want to send a political message, as I've been doing with my work. This comes at great personal cost. This is not I'm taking a huge salary cut. I'm not a super wealthy person. I'll still be well paid, but I'm taking a 25% salary cut.
I'm telling you, that's better than SNL right now. Just watching that clip on repeat. If you go back and you watch Peterson from a few days ago and his initial takedown of Jason Stanley, and then you go watch that clip. I don't know, Peterson, are his kids Black and Jewish? Can we confirm this? He's only telling us this. He had how many minutes there? And yet manages to say this over and over and over again. And by the way, he's also taking a pay cut, so you should probably feel a little bit bad for him.
I don't know. I don't know where to start. I mean, so first off, yes, are his kids black and Jewish? Well, I heard you the first time, man, 4 times, 5 times. He's throwing that out there like a mantra. And that's interesting. You know, Jason, never change, because if your kids are Jewish, probably you left for Canada to get away from Yale, right? Because the Trump administration has sent them a letter warning them of allowing anti-Semitism on campus. So clearly you must be for the great fascist Trump, whose own administration is protecting Jews on Yale's campus. So maybe that's why you left. No, that would make too much sense. But then you go through the other aspects of this, and it's just one of these never change, buddy, never change. This is why we don't want you to leave. The thing about you're getting a pay cut by leaving, like, why would you say that? You know, it's like saying my SAT score is lower than all the students I ever taught. That's not funny or anything. Please don't laugh. Matt Peterson in the audience, who's trying not to cry. I'm laughing so hard. And then here he's saying, yeah, massive L. You know, I have to go take a huge pay cut and move to Canada. And then the interesting thing about it was at the very end, he said, he can still. Well, in the beginning, he says he can still throw punches. Right. But then he's leaving Canada because people are leaving the United States because, like, the bullies and the punches. I mean, I don't know where to start with this, but it does make me realize I don't want Jason Stanley to change. I want him to keep on sending us messages from Canada. But also I want him to go there with everyone else who agrees with him.
I feel like we're going to make Jason Stanley really popular on this show. And I'm for that because I think that more people need to see the absurdity of the left. And you know what? Good on Jason Stanley for actually following through and leaving the country, because a lot of people say it. Very few actually do.
It's true. I mean, but just think about the black and Jewish kids comment again. I keep going back to that because he went back to it 3 times. It's like the new. So
it's fair for you to go back to it several times because he did, and we're only following his lead.
Let's talk about again. Who's in danger? I mean, is it that you want to put them in more danger by moving to Canada? Because there's a lot of people who hate Jews there. I mean, the idea that at Yale University your children were threatened by anyone on the right because of what's going on is so insane and crazy. You really don't know even where to start when you really are threatened by anti-Semitic, or people against Israel anyway, in these protests on Yale's campus. It's a really bizarre thing, but he's throwing it out there because he needs to say something. It's like that's the cover for whatever he's doing. Like, I'm not just a white man. I have black and Jewish kids, right? I mean, that's kind of what he's saying as a cover. And then he's saying he's going to throw punches from across the border. Like, I'm still going to fight even though I'm running away to Canada where I'm taking a massive pay cut. I don't know. I don't know. Even talking about it off the cuff is hard. I'm trying really hard not to say anything really bad right now. But I don't want Jason Stanley to change. We want updates from him.
No, he's a very important person, and we need to treat him as such. I feel like there needs to be like a little martini with like a pinky up right now. Like anytime that you talk about him, like that's the tone, that's the vibe that he is setting. And I think that he would appreciate that.
I mean, it sucks about the pay cut, dude.
I look at this though, and I want to go back to just the overall SNL of everything, because comedy should be funny. We should be able to poke fun at, especially guys like Jason Stanley, like we're doing right now. But it's lost so much of its edge because you can't just say the things anymore. You get in trouble. Like all the comedians, whenever they go around to the college campuses like Yale, they get in trouble. These student protest groups come out and they say, you can't say that stuff anymore. And that's why I feel like even the clips that we get of guys like Jason are better, because it is just the real authentic thing that's not even being allowed in even a comedic world at this point in time.
Yeah, you have to take what you're given. And what you can do is, from where we sit, laugh at, oh, guys, wait, you hear that? Jason Stanley is trying to punch us from over in Canada. You have to deal with the real satire that you see and just you encounter. And it's too bad, but you see signs of comedy coming back, right? We see signs of that. But SNL is controlled opposition. They're never going to fully open up. I mean, that show would have been canceled a long time ago if it just had to do with ratings. It's been propped up for a while. But I do think that someone could create an SNL that's not SNL that would be awesome with all these people. And, they would probably go after harder targets than Jason Stanley. But but we should. I mean, Dave Landau and others could join up with people and create an SNL that's worthy of the name, I think.
Yeah, and until that happens, you can watch Dave Landau on Normal World here on Blaze TV. He is excellent. Again, one of my favorite people in the entire building. So it's been fun just looking around at the comedic relief for everything.